Hello friends, welcome to the video number 16 for the JavaScript video tutorial series. And this video is part 2, right? It's the continuation of the previous video, and we were talking about, and we're gonna continue talking about in this video, about how to use external files for placing our JavaScript code. Um, Now what we're gonna do here, let's prepare this first page, this HTML document with a few things. Um, First thing I'm gonna do here is whoa, I'm gonna add a paragraph in here, and the area of the circle goes here. All right. So we're gonna be changing this text to we're gonna create a function that is gonna calculate the area of a circle, and we're gonna display that value in this paragraph. So remember, to do that, we're gonna change the inner HTML of this element, this paragraph, and to do that, we need to reference by an ID. So let's assign it an ID. The ID is gonna be, well, to keep it simple, this is gonna be circle, and well, let's just copy and paste. And this is gonna be the paragraph to display the rectangle, the area of the rectangle, and of course the ID is gonna be rectangle. Then here let's just put whoops, ah, there we go, a break. Why? Okay, take it easy. BR, there we go, break. And now we're gonna place a couple of buttons, and we're gonna be creating actually our first events, right? That is gonna be the click on the button. When the user click a button, then we're gonna call a function that is gonna calculate the area of the circle and display it in this paragraph, and another button that is gonna do pretty much the same but for the rectangle. So what we need to do is put here an input. The type of that input is gonna be equals button. Then probably the most common event that can happen to a button is the on click equals. We're not gonna call it yet. We're gonna just leave it prepared as it is now. And then the value of that button, that is, remember, this is just the text that is gonna be displayed on the button. So let's just say, well, circle, right? And well, let's copy this, paste it, and this is the value is gonna be rectangle. There we go. And well, that's it. Let's save this and go back to the page and see how this looks like. We are on page 1. Okay, so far so good. I think looks okay. Of course, this they don't do anything right now. And well, now it's time to create our next JavaScript file. So let's create it. Save as. This is gonna be a JavaScript file, and we're gonna call this areas.js. So let's go again with a function. Function. This is gonna be circle area. Parameters go here. Code goes in here. Okay. And well, for the parameters, we say that to calculate the area of the circle, we need the radius. And here we're gonna say document dot, remember this instruction, get element by ID, right? And the ID, again, just not to mess anything up, I'm gonna go here, select and copy, and then paste it. So for that particular element, let's change the inner HTML, And let's make this equals to 3.1416 times radius times radius. Okay, looks good. I think so. Okay, let's save this. Let's go back to page 1. And well, of course, I mean, if we go back and reload the page, it still doesn't do anything. We are missing a couple of things. First, now that we have the name of our function, let's again select and copy, come back here, and now we can say, okay, on click on this button in between the quotes, we can paste the name of the function. So we want to call that function, and the argument that we're gonna pass is again 10. Let's save this. Now if we run it, reload, still doesn't do anything. What else am I missing? Have you found it? I need to tell again to the document where that file is located. I mean, where is this function located? Is in the areas.js file. So again, as I saved this file in the same folder as all these pages, or well, at least for this page, I can just change this name and say, okay, this is gonna be areas.js. And well, if I didn't mess anything up, I think it should work right now. Let's see, let's reload the page, and there it is. Okay, so now we are using this button to call this function that is inside of this JavaScript file, and we are changing the inner HTML of this paragraph to display the area of the circle. Now of course we can do the same thing, but we're gonna say rectangle area, and I don't need a radius, I need the base, comma, and the height. Here again, just not to mess anything up, I'm gonna select and copy, paste here, so it's rectangle, and here the first thing is gonna be the base multiplied by the height. Save this and should be ready to go. Now again, copy the name of the function, come here, and on the second button on the rectangle, on click equals, inside of the double quotes we put the name of the function and then the arguments. Here we're gonna say 10, 20. Save this, go back to the page, reload. So now the circle is working and the rectangle is working as well. And well, of course we can just copy this and paste it to the other page so that it can do basically the same thing. But remember, we need to tell it where that script, and I'm gonna use absolute reference in this one. So this is areas.js, and well, let's make just a change in here, and let's make this a nice big square, right? 100 by 100. Save this. Now let's go to page 2, reload. Still the greeting is still to the other user. I get the same structure. Click on the circle button, click on the rectangle button, and there it is. Of course, if I reload the page, everything is refreshed. We start from the beginning, and everything is working. All right, and well, that's it. I think everything that I wanted to show you on how to place your code in external JavaScript files. So this is very, again, we already saw why it's very convenient, especially when your site starts growing. You're having more pages, so you can have as many pages as you want and reference those pages all to the same script file or the other file. For example, again, I have my greetings here, I have areas here, I can have conversions, volumes, I don't know, separate as or create as many JavaScript files as you think you need to try to group functions of the same type, for example. Of course, when you want to have specific functions like taking decisions, when we get to see the if block, the switch block, when we start making loops, for example, you can do all those things in a separate or an external JavaScript file. And of course, the huge advantage is that you just have to give maintenance in one single place, just one single function, instead of having to go page by page, uh, maintaining or changing your functions, or not just your functions, but any part of the code that you need. So this is where the external files becomes very useful, very handy. And I think that's pretty much about it. So I hope that you have found this video useful as always, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and give it a like, share the video with your friends, and I hope to see you on the next video.